We've heard a lot of talks tonight about people's dreams and passions for growing up. Well, this was mine. Little kid me always dreamed of living in a life-sized Barbie dream house with my 6'5" smoking hot husband working as an actress, cashing out billions every year. I know, very realistic. As kids, we always dream without limits. We see a world in which everything and anything is possible. A world where being an astronaut, an artist, a firefighter, or even a superhero all seem equally within reach. But somewhere along the way, things change. Expectations set in. Society, culture, and the educational system begin to weigh us down, telling us what we should want, what is realistic, and what will make us successful. I come from China, a country proud of its rich cultural heritage and academic excellence, but a country also known for its tiger moms, and a culture where education is not just important, it defines you. In this system, success is measured by grades. Education is seen as key to status and stability. And exams like the Gaokao, China's national college entrance exam, carry enormous weight. Your score can determine which university you attend, what career path you follow, and even how society views you, all in one single moment. And while studying from day to night teaches discipline and resilience, the pressure is suffocating. Overworking becomes normalized, often with little regard to a child's mental and physical well-being. But this isn't just a story about China. All across the world, kids are taught that their value is measured by their grades. They spend hours at their desks sacrificing sleep, hobbies, and personal time just to meet expectations that sometimes they didn't even set. And somewhere along the way, they lose the freedom to discover who they truly are. Let me give you an example. This is Yishu. He was once a top student with a real shot at China's most prestigious universities. However, after years of relentless academic pressure, he was eventually diagnosed with atypical bipolar disorder and had to leave mainstream education. He describes the system as a factory, churning out machine-like components. If the students turned out to be waste products, they didn't care. They just continued producing the next batch. Sadly, his experience is far from unique. But I'm not just here today to criticize the system. I'm here to tell you the news that, sadly, I don't want to marry Ken anymore. He wasn't that tall anyways. In fact, it may surprise you to hear that, instead, I want to become a teacher in China myself. Not because I enjoy watching kids drown in endless assignments, but because I've seen what's possible when education is done differently, when it empowers instead of confines. Like many others, I used to think success meant chasing the highest paying job, the fanciest title, the top grades. But then I got to experience something new, and things changed. Through the opportunities offered to me by this school, I got to volunteer for charity funds, land a dream work experience at a corporate law firm, take the stage in a school play, and even travel all the way to Switzerland to attend a Model United Nations conference. Each of these experiences pushed me further away from the narrow path I thought I had to follow, and closer to something that felt real. And it is through these experiences and through the encouragement of teachers here who truly believed in me that I finally found out something more meaningful than any grade. For the first time in my life, I found something I was truly passionate about: supporting others. I realized I want to help students uncover that same sense of purpose beyond grades and expectations that I was once taught to discover. Therefore, I want to become a teacher not to reinforce the old system, but to transform it. Because the reality is, right now, all across the world, countries are slowly moving towards more rigid expectations. For example, in Hong Kong, intense academic pressure and high-stake exams have slowly led to the rising of a youth mental health crisis. Or in Singapore, which, despite known for its strong academic reputation, is often criticized as an exam factory, where long hours of studying and after-school tutoring has become the norm. And even in the UK and the US, standardized examinations are on the rise again, with reports warning of increased stress levels and declining mental health. But we don't have to do it, copy pressure. Instead, we can learn from those doing it differently. Take Finland as an example. The education system in Finland limits homework, avoids standardized testing until much later, and encourages students' creativity and personal interests. Or even here in Germany, where the dual education system allows students to find a balance between academics and hands-on apprenticeships, valuing a student's personal interests, practical skills, alongside grades. As a future educator, I want to be part of a system that encourages students to follow their own path beyond the rigid boundaries of grades, whether that's through vocational training, creative pursuits, or encouraging that one work experience or one trip abroad. In a world that puts so much emphasis on competition, comparison, and conformity, let's take a step back and give students the time and space to explore who they are beyond the test score. Because at the end of the day, success is not a number. It's not a title or a perfect resume. It's waking up every day, passionate about what you do, and knowing that you had the freedom and the support to follow it. Thank you.